Should you get into Verasity? Is this being overhyped? Should you actually FOMO into VRA? We know that the growth of VRA has been pretty nice in the last couple of days. And if we have a look right here, VRA did burn 50% of their maximum supply, which is why this thing has been pumping in the past couple of days. Now, obviously, this is old news. This is about 48 hours old, as you guys can see right here. Nothing too crazy, but I do want to dive at VRA on TradingView to see where this can potentially go in the near future. Before that, let's dive into the crypto bubble map, because I do like to have a look at the whole crypto market. We guys can see right here that in the last week, Bitcoin's up 5.2%, which is obviously very bullish. This is really giving Verasity a lot of momentum and a lot of big movement, because we know that when Bitcoin pumps, that's when altcoins usually pump as well. So if we have a look right here in the last week, Bitcoin's green, most of the altcoins will be green. If we have a look in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin will barely be up. Therefore, altcoins will barely be up as well. So if we have a look right here on CoinGecko, we can see that Verasity did not burn, but they are having a trading volume of $50 million in the last 24 hours, with the market cap sitting at 67 million. So we got almost 100% of the market cap being traded, which is obviously pretty bullish. Market cap FDV right here is sitting at 9%, but we could see that the trading volume is very bullish. Now, if you guys remember the last video I've made, it wasn't that high, and the previous video I've been making on Verasity in the past months, it's been 1 million, 4 million, 2 million, and now we're seeing $50 million worth of volume. So a lot of people were not happy about the token war chest. They were like, why is this happening? Why is the team not burning it? Is the supply so crazy? And then once the community spoke on Twitter and everywhere, that's when everyone started to get excited, and therefore 50% of the maximum supply was essentially burned, not circling supply. So the current circling supply is staying put at 10,249 token. That means in order for VR to reach $1, the market cap would be $10 billion. Okay, so that's not that high. If you guys think about it, $10 billion is not a crazy market cap. I mean, we saw the whole crypto altcoin market cap in the last bull market being $2 to $3 trillion. I would not be surprised if by 2024 2025 we have about $7 to $10 trillion. Okay, and I just bought a bunch of Verasity. I'm not gonna say how much, but I bought a shit ton of Verasity because we know that the bull market is around. If we have a look at the Bitcoin halving, we know that the Bitcoin halving is in about 208 days approximately. Now, obviously, this is an ETA. The drop would be anywhere between beginning of April to end of May in these 2 months, in my opinion. So obviously, this can fluctuate a lot. Yesterday we saw was 194 days, today 208, and so on. So obviously, depending on the reward and depending essentially on the block time and the mining and everything, obviously that's gonna essentially depend on when the halving will be. So that's very important also. But let's dive in right here into this chart real quick on Twitter. If you guys don't want to follow real quick updates, because I can't update videos, every second. Sometimes I'm out, sometimes I'm with friends, sometimes I'm not home, I'm running errands. And of course, this one right here, I was with friends, and I said Verasity breakout imminent. Okay, I said that approximately at 7:20 p.m. October 3rd. A couple hours later, guys, not even a couple hours later, 7:20 right here, yeah, a couple hours later, 9:30, we saw this massive breakout happening. Now, I'm no guru whatsoever, but when I see charts, especially horizontal triangles, you want to trade the breakout. Okay, and guess what happened? I saw a closure right here, if I zoom in, on the 1 hour time frame, and that's when I took the trade. So I have a long-term portfolio for Verasity and a short-term portfolio for Verasity, or not short-term, but where I trade on leverage, okay? And as soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm going in with 5x leverage. There's no question about that. So that's what's happening. If you guys want to follow my Twitter, I mean, the link will be left in the description below. Feel free to do so, and I would really appreciate that. But let's have a look at Verasity right here on the chart. Okay, so this is TradingView right here real quick. We could see that the all-time high right here in 2023, I guess you can say 2023, yeah, was approximately 1.2 cent. Okay, 1.2 cent is approximately 80% from here, I believe. Let's have a look. If I take this and I take it all the way to that, yeah, 83%, something like that. And we could see that the RSI is pretty much overbought. Now, we know what happens, guys, when the RSI is overbought. That's usually not a good sign, right? It means that investors are going to be looking to to sell their position very, very soon. And if I take this, the last time we were at this level was actually right here in 2023. I believe this was, yeah, it was February. So at the beginning of the year, that's the last time the RSI was this high. We peaked all the way to 96, followed by a massive dump. So you're gonna have to be careful right here, guys, in my opinion, on VRA. I do want to see a long-term consolidation, and when I mean a long-term consolidation is I mean like, you know, in like 2 months. Okay, if we want Verasity to keep on pumping, we need to see a 2-month consolidation. We can't have people selling, because if people sell, that's going to create panic. People are going to be like, that was the top, RSI is oversold. But if we overbought, but if we have a long form consolidation, that's going to give, you know, the market to cool down, relax a little bit before moving up to the next round, essentially. So if Verasity essentially, you know, consolidate for 1 to 2 months, we could see the RSI come down to as low as 50, okay? If it goes down to as low as 50, we have a lot of room for growth. Investors, big investors, I'm not talking about retail, I'm talking about big investors. They could be like, okay, this is a time to essentially buy, right? And that's how you know it's a bull market, bear market. When the RSI, when it's oversold, it doesn't come back down right away, okay? Like we saw right here. We saw a massive surge, came back down, and the RSI was not looking so great, right? So obviously not so great. We did obviously break a huge ascending trend right here, as you guys can see. I mean, we had a bunch of peaks, okay, ever since February. So we got February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So okay, 8 months, guys. 8 months we essentially came down crashing, not down, but a massive long form correction. So you guys can see that these corrections are obviously long, especially that we're in a bear market. They're going to be longer in my opinion. But guess what, guys, this is still an uptrend. This is actually still an uptrend, and this is actually very bullish, because a lot of people don't see the good. People who bought right here, they're like, oh shit, I'm wrecked. But people who bought right here is obviously very good. I mean, this was clearly a buy signal for a lot of people. If I pull the RSI again, you guys can see right here that it was oversold. Guess what happened when it was oversold? We came up and then of course consolidated right here. This was a few day consolidation, and we saw the RSI pull back when it was a few day of consolidation, and then it skyrocketed again. So obviously getting in right here is still very early. Getting in right here is still very early. I mean, guys, we can see that the market cap is only $67 million. Okay, so if you 10x from here, this would essentially be a $670 million market cap. Now, Verasity, guys, is not a meme coin. It's not a shit coin. Okay, you got a lot of shit coins right here on the top 100. Verasity is here to actually solve real world problems, such as the click ad fraud or the bots on Twitter. And we know how big the ad industry is. It's worth over billions and billions of dollars. So obviously, if it can figure out to partner up with Google or Amazon or any sort of, you know, big companies like that to prevent click ad fraud, that's obviously going to be massive in my opinion. And if we have a look at their website, guys, on Verasity, I mean, it's pretty clean, it's pretty fresh. Verasity has been working hard. A lot of people think they're a scam, a lot of people think they're full of shit, but they keep on, you know, working on their website. They keep changing it. They keep, you know, there's a lot of good things obviously happening. You could also stake your tokens, I believe. Look at that. By 2025, advertisers' total loss to ad fraud could skyrocket to $100 billion, guys. That is a lot of money. So this is not peanuts, obviously. $100 billion, and veraviews can essentially, proof of view can essentially help that, right? So the setup time, very simple. They say right here, 5 minutes. Impressions per proceed 253 million. Accuracy rate is 97.5%. So obviously this is pretty good, because a lot of times, guys, when people are watching videos or ads, it's obviously bots. You guys can follow RJ Mark, which is a CEO or the founder of Verasity. Could give him a follow on Twitter. I mean, that's about it. If you want to have a look at the roadmap, you can also, they've been pretty active. Q4 of 2023, which is happening right now. We could see veraviews, ad relevance management for publisher audience blacklist, Vera Wallet, transact integration improvement and automation, Vera Wallet major UX and UI improvement. So obviously pretty bullish. I can't wait to what is and what will happen in 2024. I mean, it's literally only the beginning. They've been building since 2017, and this roadmap has been pretty in my opinion, beautiful. So you guys can call VRA scam all you want. You could stake your tokens for a 15% APY yearly. Their VRA circling supply is $10.2 billion. It's been around since 2017. And guess what? They are still around. Okay, so they are still around. Look at that, they're on KuCoin, OKX, Bybit, Bitfinex, Bitum, MEXC, HuoBK.io. They're on a lot more exchanges. And imagine what happens when Verasity gets listed on Binance and Coinbase, and I believe Kraken. It's not even listed on Kraken. Imagine the amount of noise will happen when VRA gets listed. So obviously, overall, guys, I'm very bullish. I'm very excited for VRA. This is not financial advice whatsoever. Always do your own research and due diligence. Forget the noise, keep accumulating, because we will skyrocket in 2024, 2025. If you guys like this video, of course, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, and I will see you guys in my next